Hello and welcome. I'm LT Volk with episode 28 of Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode playthrough. In this episode, we're gonna continue exploring the Creche and killing off all of the Gith, then see where it takes us. Anyways, gotta do a couple things before we proceed. One thing I'm gonna do is give this back to my character so I can recover one of the spell slots. Alright, there we go. And let's take a level 3 spell slot. And then re-equip my Misty Step amulet and give it back to Shadowheart.
Which way to the nearest library?
Gale's gonna recover his level 1 spell slots. Just so he can use his magic missile later on. I think there is only like 2 or 3 encounters, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, there we go. And the last one. So now Gale is full up on his level 1 spell slots.
Oh, I have the magic touch.
And let's see, Lae'zel. What else do I need you to do? I thought I gave her an item of some sorts, but I might be mistaken.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Seek and you shall find me.
Alright, yeah, that looks good. Let's proceed.
Still alive, so that's progress.
The one-liners always crack me up.
I go?
And I think we're gonna head up here first, right? No, that's captain quarters. Alright, we're gonna go to the classroom first. That's where I need to go. There is a whole bunch of enemies there. So, like usual, gonna go into the hide mode. Kinda get into the shady area. And then cast Minor Illusion right over here to group up all of the Gith. Oh! And apparently they spotted me and the fight is initiated. Anywho, I'm gonna cast Hunger of Hadar right on this Savarish Catholic, who's the instructor and probably the most dangerous enemy in this group. And now, I'm gonna have Gale fire off some magic missiles. Alright, Gale. It's just level 1 magic missiles. So all of them's gonna be going into the Savarish, this guy. Yeah. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Shadowheart. Move up a little bit and cast Guiding Bolt on the instructor as well. Critical miss, which is fine. And now
Patience wanes.
Lae'zel can do what? She's gonna come on up
False move.
and throw this grease bottle right in the middle. If she can. Can she? There we go. And that prones a couple of the enemies. Alright. My character is gonna use Stage Fright, which is the Illithid ability, on all of these enemies. And of course, they're
Good. Again.
my character can use Illithid abilities as bonus action because he passed all the checks on the Sathisk, the chair. There we go. The instructor is buffing up some of his students. Gale, and turn. Shadowheart. I don't really need you to do anything either. So, end turn. one of the Ardents Misty stepped over there and he's casting Psychic Rend on Shadowheart. I don't think I'm gonna respond or counterspell it because Shadowheart is not concentrated on anything and she can tank a hit. There we go. Pretty good. And those two have moved out of the Hunger of Hadar. Very good. The other three are trying to make it out, but I don't think they'll be able to. And now Lae'zel can do some damage. Let's see who she should attack first. 25 health. She'll go for this guy. So she's gonna do a tripping attack. Gonna use cutting words here to help her out. And drink a potion, Lae'zel. And turn. My character is gonna throw another one of these void bulbs right into the center of Hunger of Hadar and try to pull all the enemies back to the center. There we go. And now we're just gonna fire off our offhand crossbow on one of these enemies. This youth that is prone. There we go. Procced Call the Weak. Very good. And back up a little bit and then turn. The instructor once again buffed up one of his students. Gale is gonna cast his level 1 magic missile again. All of them going into the instructor. Let's take care of him first. Did some pretty nice damage and back up a little bit for me there. And turn.
Give up. Not now.
Shadowheart is gonna cast Spirit Guardians. Then she's gonna click heals and run right by the enemies to tag them and hopefully avoid an attack of opportunity. Let's see if we can finagle that. There we go. Very good. Alright, tag that guy. Tag the Ardents. And then hit those two. And actually, we can probably tag this guy as well. The use the Skirrick. Alrighty, there we go. Shadowheart just did insane amount of damage to a whole bunch of, or combined. It's like only 10 or so damage per enemy, but she hit like 5 enemies. And turn. Ardent is using a Psychic Rend again, and we're not gonna react again. And the Ardent also tried to shove Shadowheart but failed. And there, Lae'zel used her riposte maneuver. Which reminds me, I should tag it to ask. Alright, Lae'zel, go ahead and finish this youth. There's one. Now attack this Ardent. Wow, critical hits all around. Very good. And drink a potion. And turn. And the youths are gonna try to make it out and run into Shadowheart and her Spirit Guardians. And there, Stage Fright procced from my character. Anywho, let's see what we can do here. The Savage is gonna be the next one we attack. I think we're gonna fire Arrow of Roaring Thunder to knock him back further into the Hunger of Hadar. But he's saved, which is totally fine. Alright, fire on him. Ah, come on. Again. And then turn. So he buffed up one of his students again, and now he's gonna try and hit my character. Need 2 uncutting words to succeed, so we're gonna try it. And now we got Arcane Synergy as well. Rolled 29, wow. Oh, they rolled an 18. We're not gonna... Actually, yeah. Let's reroll his dice. There we go. And Shadowheart is just doing passive damage. Very good. Alright, Gale, fire off your magic missile. 3 will go into the instructor. And then 2 will go, or 1 will go into that guy. So the instructor is dead, which is good. And turn. Shadowheart's gonna kill off that guy with her Spirit Guardians and smack this guy with her staff. And turn.
Victory awaits.
And now Lae'zel can finish off this youth.
All's well that ends.
There we go.
Not as bad as it could have.
Fairly easy fight. Let's take a short rest. And then loot everything. Absolutely everything. There we go. The youths don't really have good gear, but it will still sell for quite a bit. Alright, let me just send it all to Will with a Y, because the rest of my characters are kinda close to being encumbered. Okie dokie. There we go. And let's see what kind of crossbow this is. Githyanki crossbow, so nothing special. That's cool.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Here's some notes on Mind Flayer anatomy. You can read it on your own. There you go. I'm gonna grab this book to sell later. And there's that slate from Orpheus, number 2, but I think we already read it. Any good stuff in here? We'll take an apple.
At the ready.
What else do we have? Another longsword. Sure, I'll take that. And what else do we have here? Not much, I think. Yeah, alright. Let's exit from here and head towards the infirmary, which should have some enemies as well. And we're kind of getting low on spell slots, but I don't think we're gonna long rest while in here. Probably do it once we make it out of the Creche. And a potion of healing, actually. Oh, what happened there? I think I accidentally misclicked. Alright, Shadowheart, recover. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Now everybody's gonna go into hiding again. But I think we're actually all in a clear area without any shadows. Let's see if turning off these braziers will work. It did not. Well, that's fine.
Don't oyster's step.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion once again over in here. Wow, that didn't really work. Being fired on by one of the raiders. And got dropped as well. That's not good. And they're all moving in. Alright, counterspell him for me, Gale. Because my character is kind of getting hit.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Oh, that's not good. My character's got, used his action. Well, we'll use what? Survival instinct. On ourselves. And what this does is once we hit 0 hit points, we're gonna regain some hit points as well. And actually get out of line of
Step
sight
forward.
there. And turn.
All doom.
Gale. Just keep firing your magic missiles. The level 2 one. And we're gonna try and attack one of these raiders. Because the other characters will have to come to me. Gonna fire all... Oh! And we got counterspelled by the Zaithisk lady. Gastel Stornagus. Alright. Gale,
Step
back
to
up.
it.
This is not going according to plan at all. This guy casts hold person on me. Not gonna react. And let's try and re-roll it. There we go. Saved it. Ray of Sickness. Not gonna react here either. It misses. And we have some more Gith coming in. Hot. Alright, Lae'zel. Go ahead and trip attack this guy. Trip attack this lady. Not gonna react here. Need to roll a 4. Actually, we'll try it. There we go. Oh, very good. And now Lae'zel can action surge to recover her actions and keep wailing on this guy, I guess. Or actually hit him with menacing attack. So now he shouldn't be able to act. And then use menacing attack on the lady as well. Come on. That actually kills it. Or her. Alright. Stand in the doorway for me. And turn. Shadowheart, what do I want you to do? I want you to cast Spirit Guardians again. Click heals. Come on. Oh, she got counterspelled again, didn't she? Yep. Oh, that's not good. Alright. Cast spiritual weapon right here by the enemies. And then back up.
Give up.
There we go. And turn. Now, spiritual weapon can fly in here and attack this raider. Let's go. And turn. The raider is taking shots at Lae'zel. But she should be alright. one of the Ardents cast Psychic Rend on Gale. Yeah, like I said, this fight is not really going well for us. Okie dokie. Alright, we're gonna cast Hunger of Hadar right up here to hit 3 of these enemies. My character is now gonna back up
These boots have seen everything.
and fire his offhand weapon on this Gish, which is like a battle mage. Now, end
The
turn.
last board is set.
Gale is gonna fire his magic missile upcast at the raider, because that raider has been doing a lot of damage. Oh, can't find path. Probably because of Hunger of Hadar. Alright, never mind. Cast your level 1 magic missile at this Gish. Does plenty of damage. And now end turn. So he is frightened and use Burning Ends. We're gonna reroll. Very good. Shadowheart, go ahead and finish off this guy for me. Just smack him. Then cast Mass Heal Word on everybody, which should get us Blade Word and Bless. And end turn.
To strike.
Lae'zel's gonna exit the Hunger of Hadar and use Tripping Attack on this raider. And then just smack him with the Piercing Strike. Or her. Looks like her. And then use Second Wind to recover some health as well. There we go. End turn. And this spiritual weapon can now attack the Gustel Stornugus. End turn. She tries to cast some sort of recovery spell on the youth. Now the youth are attacking the spiritual weapon. Alright, saved it. Ranged attack on Lae'zel. Yeah, we'll use cutting words here to make sure she misses one of the shots. But it actually still hit. Both of the attacks hit. Okie dokie. Gale, magic missile, fire 1, 2, cannot find a path. Again? Why not? Got plenty of line of sight. There we go. Nope. I guess not. Alright. Gonna send all of the missiles into the Gustel. Cannot find a path either. Well, that's not good. Alright. Gale, what I want you to do is throw this, can't throw this thing either. I think needs to back up a little bit. Alright, let's try it now. Still no, huh? Well, fine. Just hang out, Gale.
Come on,
End turn.
can't stay idle.
My character's gonna fire the arrow of roaring thunder into the Gish, and hopefully it drops her back a little bit.
Time for some bloody work.
Alright, she's saved against the hit. And let's cast Stage Fright again on all of the enemies. And we got Arcane Synergy out of it. Alright, back up.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
And turn. Shadowheart's gonna move in and fire the Radiant or Guiding Bolt at the Raider. And that was a critical hit. And then cast Mass Healing Ward as well for good measure. And I think after this fight I am gonna take a long rest just because this fight didn't go according to plan at all. Alright, Lae'zel. Shoot at the Gusto. There's one. And the second attack. There we go. And then turn. Spiritual weapon. Just try and attack one of these youths. Critical hit to boot. Very good. And turn. Not gonna react. Not gonna react here either. The Ardent is using Psychic Rend again. But I think we're actually in pretty good shape now.
Destroyer.
Need to act fast.
Alright, Shadowheart. Move on out through the Hunger of Hadar. And use your Guiding Bolt on this guy. Hopefully. There we go. Come on. Why can't I target him? Yeah, we'll do it with disadvantage. That's fine. And turn.
Fight. Let's go. Unleash me.
Gale, move on
Shall
up.
be done.
And fire your magic missile into this enemy again. If I can. It's the aiming is kinda wonky here for some reason. Alright, that guy should die on the next turn from the Hunger of Hadar. Gonna send 2 missiles into that enemy. Nope. Gonna send them all into this enemy. There we go. Now I can target him. Good deal. And turn.
Choice but to keep going.
Now my character is gonna come out and fire some arrows. Let's fire acid arrow at this youth with 10 HP. Kills him and killed the other one as well. Very good. There we go.
Can't give up now.
Oof. That was a rough one. Because normally the enemies don't spot you. But this time they did and caused all sorts of issues. And let me grab the rest of the items here. And what is this? Aberration Hunter. Alright, that's gonna go to Lae'zel. She can equip it right now.
Madness.
Right? Yeah. Or maybe we'll swap it. She'll cast 8 after the long rest, and then she can wear that Aberration Amulet. Okie dokie. And those will go to Will. I think that's about it. Got a couple more items that we can grab from these enemies. And should have some lithid tadpoles in the infirmary where the Thaithist is. Okie dokie. Come on. What else we got?
This
Fruit
precious
porridge.
bunks look entirely too soft for my liking.
Alright there, Lae'zel. I'm sure you're hard.
Something good here, I hope.
I hope so too. Yeah, got some a good potion and some gold, which is always good. What's in this wooden chest? I'll chemical ingredients. What's in the box? Okie dokie, there we go. A mind flare specimen.
Parasite, brimming with magic. Take
Gonna
it.
take that one. Here's infirmary records. And once again, you can read it on your own time. Decorated barrel. Yeah, I'll take everything here. We got 2 more parasites.
Take it. It might be useful.
And here is research notes. Once again, you can read it on your own. Alrighty, and we are gonna grab it though. Now let's take a long rest. Because we're almost out of high-level spell slots that I'll need to deal with a couple more encounters in here. Cool little camping area. Let's talk to Lae'zel.
I am Vlaakith's most loyal servant. She will not abandon me.
The Creche training room was illuminating. Are Gith instructors always so brutal?
My own Savage would never have threatened a youngling. A waste of time and energy. The pupils themselves culled the weak from their ranks. I myself felled 4 of my own classmates once Kalir had 100 times circled Tyrell.
For what reason? Rage? Entertainment?
Survival. My people have no use for cowards. Every trainee that I slayed was either too weak to withstand the lessons, or was cocky enough to pick a fight they could never win. They underestimated me, so they paid the price. The Githyanki are only as powerful as their weakest warrior. Jaquith de Venzir, the termination of the frail, strengthens us.
A hatchery with a single egg. How many does a clutch usually contain?
Kalir's clutch held 3 dozen eggs, more or less. Though I've learned of creches that harbored 100.
Githyanki look quite humanoid. How did you evolve to lay eggs?
Humanoid. How I despise the term. Githyanki are quite superior to humans. Though it must be said, you are an uncommonly adequate member of your species. Our biology slates state that Githyanki came to lay eggs after we escaped Illithid enslavement and took to the astral plane. It's an asexual process, a favorable change by any estimation. Hideous to imagine a life where I couldn't partake in the pleasures of sex without the looming threat of bearing children.
Who does the laying? I'm curious about the logistics.
Shukiani. Githyanki chosen by Vlaakith herself to bear young. The Queen assigns when and where they must lay, and how many eggs they must bear. The Shukiani pass their eggs in the material plane. In the astral, time barely passes. It is a meticulous process, carefully timed so that the eggs hatch at once.
On to other matters.
Go on then.
Let's ask Lae'zel about the disc from the Creche.
Your mind connects with Lae'zel's, and together you envision the Githyanki disc.
Another part of the Orpheus tale. This one has been translated to Common.
I'd like to hear you tell the story.
Fine. The Prince of the Comet, Part 2. The Prince of the Comet, Orpheus himself, led his honor guard into battle. Their red dragons bellowed with righteous anger, and the heavens erupted. The glorious prince cried to all who could hear him, "Praise be to my mother Gith, the queen of the one sky, sacrificed to the hells by the renegade Vlaakith." But the true heir, the Prince of the Comet, could not overcome Vlaakith's knights and their ill-gotten worms. Mighty Voss, Gestil Kithrak, lit the astral sky aflame. When the ash had cleared, beloved Orpheus was gone. True heir, glorious prince, there's no greater crime than to exalt the pretender called Orpheus.
About your quarrel with Shadowheart,
It is over where I am concerned.
that's a relief. We won't survive this if we don't stand together.
It is through conflict that we strengthen our bonds. Yet I do not recommend Shadowheart seek it again. The next resolution may not end in her favor.
Alright. Good talk. Let's see if anybody else got something to say. Gale?
Already feeling better.
I think we taught that Inquisitor a very valuable lesson. Won't be ambushing anyone else in a hurry, or doing anything else, for that matter.
I never realized it was so easy to cast magic.
I assure you it's not. Don't get me wrong, you did well. The somatic component, the verbal component, even the focus on the inner self that invites Mystra in. But I was still your conduit. To perform such a feat alone requires much and arduous study. Yet it is life's most worthy pursuit in my impartial, if not humble opinion.
I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistril, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistril sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistril, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
So at that moment in time, all magic was gone?
For a spell, Mistril was reborn as Mystra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mystra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
If you ever feel the Netherese magic overtaking you, what will you do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Alright, Gil. Also good talk. Shadowheart.
I think we've overstayed our welcome in this place, if we ever truly had one to begin with. We should leave.
I want to talk about all that happened to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
What do you think about what happened to the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
How am I holding up in your estimations?
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
Alright. Yep, that's good. Let's see. Will with a Y.
Welcome to the League of the Lone Eye, my friend. Not to minimize the pain of Volo's poking and prodding, but I promise, you'll be used to the prosthesis in no time. Besides, I find it gives one an air of mystique. No one's more intriguing than a man with one eye.
Alright. I don't think he's got anything else to say. Astarion.
All I wanted was to get a worm out of my head. I didn't sign up for dimensional travel and murderous Gith.
I met a monster hunter in the swamp. He was looking for you.
What? Who? What happened?
He was a Gur named Gandrel.
A Gur? What are those vagabonds? Why would they... Cazador. Of course he'd send a Gur to hunt me down.
Why? What's so special about the Gur people?
First, they make excellent monster hunters, so find a vampire spawn sounds perfectly reasonable to them. Second, they're the reason I'm like this in the first place. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me.
He appeared just when you needed him? Sounds convenient.
Maybe. Maybe he was just drawn to the smell of blood. The point is, I have history with these barbarians. Cazador's sending a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back.
Don't worry. You're safe with me.
We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight.
Alright. I think that's about it, right? Halson, what you got to say?
Oakfather's blessings to you.
I have to ask, how do you know so much about the parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Why do you want to go to Moonrise Towers?
Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection.
Do you know how the Shadow Curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Seems like you feel responsible for the Shadow Curse somehow.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Fair enough. Alright, now we're ready to take our long rest and auto-select the supplies. Let's go. And doesn't seem like we have any events, which is pretty good. Let's leave the camp, buff up, and continue killing the Githyanki. Alright, let's do the Long Strider on everybody. The upcast Lone Strider makes it so you can buff everybody in one spell.
Your desire.
Save some time. Alright. Gale, Mage Armor, there we go.
Is that blood?
We got everything here.
Right.
I
Moving
think the next area we gotta go to is this hatchery because it's got a couple enemies there. And then there is also a small group right by the entrance. So let's go and fight those enemies. And up here, let's see if we can actually hide successfully. Yep. Gonna go
Wonder if the gods are watching.
right up here. Oh, we got spotted. Alright. Fair enough.
With every breath, a purpose.
Lae'zel, Misty Step, right over there.
Act wasted.
And I guess she's gonna be last in the initiative, which is fine.
What comes now?
Well, you're gonna come on out here, Shadowheart, and try to cast Hold Person on the Raider.
Work.
And of course, this Varesh, I think they call him Varsh, counterspelled her. Alright, fair enough. End turn.
Still breathing, despite everything.
My character is gonna use Dissonant Whisper on this warrior. Frightens him, very good. And then fire off the offhand crossbow on him as well. Not gonna use up our luck of the far rounds here. And this warrior used his parry
What fools these mortals be.
to parry my bolt, which is actually quite impressive. 35 health. Alright, Gale, just fire off your upcast magic missile. Probably need to move in closer. And a little closer. There we go. So, not actually upcast magic missile, he's gonna fire the magic missile from his necklace on this raider.
Torment.
And hopefully it does enough damage. Well, did pretty good damage, but not enough to kill it. That's fine. End turn. That guy was frightened. And the raider is attacking Gale. They rolled a 20. Alright, Gale's gonna use his shield reaction. There we go. Shatter. 3d8 thunder. We're not gonna react here. That's alright. Taking some damage, but it's not the end of the world. Now Lae'zel's gonna drop Varsh with her tripping attack. And then she's gonna run up and try to kill off this raider. There is first attack. Use your action surge and keep poking. And now she can fire her bow on the warrior. Well, we'll fire on the warrior. And he parried again. Alright, and turn.
Breathe deep and move.
My character is gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on Varsh Koku. And we need to roll a 3 on cutting words to succeed. We'll try it. Did some damage, but unfortunately Varsh was able to save against the frightened status.
Let me recite their demise.
Alright, Gale. Just a level 2 upcast magic missile. All the darts going into the Varsh. Did some pretty nice damage there. And then turn.
Focus.
Shadowheart, cast your guiding bolt. And then also summon a spiritual weapon right by the Varsh. And turn. Alright, he uses the Psionics jump, so we're not gonna react. I don't think he can do much. Varsh gets up and casts Shatter again. This time we're gonna use Counterspell with Gale. To shut him down, you know. Two can play that game, Varsh. Because he was running around and
Taking position.
using Counterspell to counter my spells. Alright, drop him again with your tripping attack, Lae'zel. And then fire down on the warrior. And then turn. My character is gonna cast Shriek. And then back up and fire my offhand crossbow. And turn.
With the weave.
Gale's gonna back up and fire his magic missiles into the warrior. There we go. Fairly easy.
Got a long road ahead.
I'm gonna take a short rest here to recover our
That
health
helped.
and
Enough
so
waiting.
that Lae'zel can
Praise
recover
blood.
her superiority dice.
Alright. What now?
Now we're gonna ungroup, and my character is gonna grab all of the items from the enemies. All right,
Anything of
Warsh. Oh no! It's okay. No. All right, I think what I gotta do here is equip Varsh's boots. Just so we can walk in the acid without taking damage. That's gonna go to Asterion now. Alright, Raider. Let's grab items from the Raider. Saved from the strange guests.
Very well.
And the Raiders got some items. Not the greatest items, but items nonetheless. Alright, we'll go to Astarion as well. Gonna put back our boots of Misty Step, I'm gonna call them. And then teleport there. Toggle group. I'm gonna take another short rest just to recover health for my character.
As wonders.
And now we're gonna head on out of here. I think it's this way, right? Straight and a right. Yep. So there is a whole bunch of enemies up here. Ooh, 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 back up, back up. And let's see. This time, we're gonna go into hide mode. I don't think we'll be able to cast minor illusion. Oh, there we go. They saw me. Gonna use luck, I think, here. Yeah, let's try it. And use lucky again. Can be a pretty useful spell there. So my character is gonna run up. So the problem with these double doors, sometimes you cannot target through them. Oh, you could this time. Alright, never mind. Yeah, no, you can, because you see my character will have to move up. So, we're gonna cast Hunger of Hadar on this group.
Another day, another fight.
There we go. Then we're gonna have
Still in shadow.
Lae'zel move up
One false move.
and see if the combat triggers. It did not. Alright, that's good as well. She's gonna come on up here and use tripping attack on this raider.
Comes.
Alright, go on up the ladder.
Control yourself.
Oh no. That's not good.
What's the plan?
Alright, the plan is Shadowheart, you're gonna fire off your sunbeam, trying to hit 3 enemies here. Very good. Then you're gonna cast Spiritual Weapon right by this raider. And you're gonna end turn.
So much for peace.
Gale
Really isn't my forte.
is gonna throw this void bulb right here. And hopefully pull this raider in down. Alright, come on, come on, come on. I guess here is good enough. No, path is interrupted. Alright, you're gonna try and collect all of the enemies. Right in the center. There. Very good. End turn.
Give in.
And now my character is gonna cast Stage Fright on all of them. Not gonna react.
Keep going.
2 saved, 3 were unable to save. Very good. And this enemy jumped out and tried to do something but wasn't really successful. Shocking Grasp. Counterspell it for me, Gale. And my character's not gonna react. He yells, arrest him. That enemy somehow is firing even though they're blinded, but it's alright. Taking some damage. And Lae'zel dropped the weapon. Okay, Lae'zel, just run up to the ladder and finish off this raider for me. So, like I was saying originally, use your tripping attack. Then use your menacing attack. Action surge. And then just poke him to death. And fire down on the Ardents. Or Ardents. Missed. Use your second wind as well. And then turn. Spiritual weapon's gonna fly down right next to this warrior and use Lacerate. We'll use Cutting Words to make sure that the status effects procs. There we go. Where is that guy? Ardent, Warrior, Gish, Warrior. Alright. I think up here I'm gonna have Gale fire off a level 2 magic missile into this warrior Konaruth. Kills him, very good. And now Shadowheart should be free to move without provoking attack of opportunity. So she's gonna fire off a guiding bolt at the Ardents. And then cast Mass Heal Word for good measure. Alright. And turn.
To push my luck again.
My character is gonna fire Arrow of Roaring Thunder on the Gish. Too dark. Alright. Let's try it again. That's fine. There we go. Push that warrior back, so they have to move through the Hunger of Hadar or expand a bonus action. Now we're gonna fire on the Ardent. And turn.
Can't always be a gentleman.
And then turn. And my character's gonna counterspell this time. Now, you stay right in there. And now, Gale's gonna counterspell as well. Great, great reaction spell. Hunger of Hadar doing some damage. And now, Lae'zel can fire down to the top. Not really doing too much damage, but I think this Gish is more or less done. Spirit Weapon, move in and attack. Misses, which is not great, but not terrible. And there we go. My character was able to kill him off. Now we can cancel Hunger of Hadar. And actually, I think this is a pretty good spot to end the episode. I am gonna loot all of these enemies off screen, and on the next episode we're gonna tie up a couple things in the Act 1 area, and then move on to the Shadow Curse Lands, or Act 2. Anyways, as always, thank you for watching, and see you again soon.